Welcome to the Philantrepreneur Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd, designed to offer tips, strategies, and insight to empower nonprofits and entrepreneurs with sustainable win-win solutions. The Philantrepreneur Show is sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, building capacity through education and professional services.
Hello and welcome everybody to this Philantrepreneur Show. This is Dr. Victoria Boyd, President and founder of the Galaxy Group, and my co-host Heidi Anderson, founder of Credit Cares and President of Electronic Commerce International. We are so thrilled to present the Philantrepreneur Show featuring Susan Dane Setin, creator of Smart Vision Branding and Smart Women International. Heidi, why don't you introduce our guests and tell our audience a little about how you and Susan know each other.
Oh, thank you, Victoria. Yeah, it's funny. How I met Susan is really kind of a funny story. My husband, Jim, attended a conference in L.A. last spring, and he happened to meet Susan's assistant, and he was telling her about our Credit Cares program and, how we, work to through our business to support nonprofits, and she said, "You have to meet my boss." And she shared Susan's contact information with me, and Jim, passed it on to me. And I called Susan, and we talked and laughed and just had a great conversation just over the phone. We just talked, and it turned out the vision, what I've created with Credit Cares, is exactly what Susan teaches with Smart Women International. A little mind blip there. So anyway, and what I found out to know as I got to know Susan is she is a social visionary with 20-plus years in international marketing and branding. And her career began in incentive travel, where she produced corporate events for over 22,000 people in 30 countries. And eventually, I guess she was managing sales and marketing in South America for a major travel wholesaler, with her programs generating $2.8 million in revenues in their first 18 months. Pretty amazing. She developed a passion for cause marketing as she spearheaded more and more fundraising events and created sponsorships with major corporations. So she was way ahead of the game in the philantrepreneur arena back then. And in a personal and parallel career, Susan has spent many years in spiritual studies. She spoke worldwide on Christianity and cross-cultural religious traditions. And this dual expertise brings a real depth and vision to her work that you rarely find in business circles. Internationally published, and she's fluent in French, Spanish, and Portuguese. Today, Susan is dedicated to bridging the gap between the monastery and the marketplace, getting the real visionaries into the workforce where they are most needed, and maximizing the power of business to change the world. Her company, Smart Women International, brings transformation and entrepreneurial resources to women and men worldwide.
Heidi, I am so glad you found Susan. Wow. Hello, Susan. Welcome to the Philantrepreneur Show.
Thank you, Victoria. I am so excited to be with you and Heidi because we are such kindred spirits.
I think we're all in the same little bubble together, yes. Well, let me get right to our first question so that you can really delve deep into what we're talking about. Bridging the gap between the monastery and the marketplace. What exactly does that mean to today's philantrepreneur?
I'm glad you picked up on that line because I think it sums up everything you and I and Heidi are about and what we're sharing with everybody else. Society sort of runs on an unspoken model. We don't describe it, but it's undergirding everything. Worthy causes need money to run, obviously, and the only place to get the money is by asking for it from the people who have it, right? So, and the ones who have it get it by being in business. So they're in for-profit enterprises, and they're not in the nonprofits. So we end up with this age-old charity model, which really goes back since, I think, before time began, of the have-nots needing to ask the haves for money. That's how simple it is. That's the charity model. You've got it. You got it by working. I don't have it. I'm the one doing the good. I got to get it from you.
Right.
But this doesn't work because it's not solution-driven. It's relief-driven. So I call it a stopgap measure. It's great for emergencies, hurricanes, tornadoes, typhoons. But we can't solve today's global problems without a plan. And stopgap is simply not a workable plan.
Right,
well, it's
absolutely.
definitely not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
And so you mentioned that the charity model basically is extinct. What would you say is the new model?
It's a revision of what we're already doing. Cause marketing is definitely the answer. But what we're doing at Smart Women International is taking cause marketing, you could say, to the next level, or you could really say to its right structure, what's really undergirding it. And the reason I say that is because most companies today have caught on very, very quickly. They have some sort of a cause-driven marketing plan. You know, they are advertising themselves as supporting some sort of a cause, but it's all coming out of PR, public relations, or HR, meaning their HR department. So the way it works now is they're supporting some sort of a cause, but it's really a PR tactic. I call it a superficial coat of white paint. Something in marketing circles that's pretty well known today is they say that for every dollar, listen to this language because it's pretty terrifying, for every dollar a company invests in a nonprofit cause, they should wrap it in $4 to $5 of publicity.
Absolutely.
Did you get that? So what it means is, like, when you see Coca-Cola and you see these big campaigns they're doing, that's 20% of what they're spending because they're spending 80% telling us about it. And so this is a cause marketing that isn't really solution-driven, and it's not getting to the full potential of what consumers can create in this world through their dollars.
I'm glad you said that because I just sent out a newsletter today that talks about meaningful marketing and impact investing, and it's all associated with marketing. But most nonprofits and businesses are still running on a donation format. Please give to our worthy cause basis. How can we change this to the new model you're proposing of commerce meets cause?
That's so great, Victoria. The amazing thing about where we are today is, as we all know, technology has completely transformed the marketplace and our world and our lives. And we have returned to a word-of-mouth marketing model. You know, we're back to the 1950s where, as I say, women do two great things. I mean, we do two things really, really well. One is shopping, and the other is talking. And men have been trying to get us to stop this for an awfully long time. But we are living in an era now where shopping and talking is the marketing model. The big glossy ads are not the power platforms, but word of mouth, circles, communities, networking. This is why people buy, because there's just too much out there in the marketplace, right? We don't know what to buy. But if you tell me, Victoria, you tell me you've got to go to this facialist or you've got to do this, I'm going to say, wow, I know if it's coming from Victoria, it's coming from Heidi, I'm going to believe it, right?
Absolutely.
And so what's happening with this please give to our worthy cause basis, how we're transforming this with the commerce meets cause, is we are helping corporations understand a fuller sense of the power in cause marketing. If you have the chance, and of course Susan G. Komen really put this on the map, if you have the chance, you're raising 3 kids, you've got baseball practice, you've got a trillion things in 100 directions, and you've got the chance, you're standing in that aisle, and you can buy the cereal box with the pink ribbon or without it, just by reaching for the pink ribbon, you are doing something, and you feel that. And so this cause marketing, taking it to the new level, is not PR. It is really understanding how smart today's consumers are, how informed they are. This thin veneer of cause marketing as a PR tactic is not going to last. It's not lasting. And people are going with products and services where the directors and the leaders of those companies are really dedicated to solving the global problems through commerce.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think when people use it as a PR model, it's kind of transparent. I think people can kind of see they're just trying to get business for themselves. It's not really coming from their heart. And I think that's like when you talk about branding today's entrepreneurs for their social vision first, and then their product or service second. That would, I would think, would help it seem like, come more from their heart. But how do you do that?
I love the fact you raised that point, because yes, it's from the heart, but it's also from the smarts. Because we know integrity. We go to a party, we go to a function, we know when somebody's in it for themselves. People aren't blind, and likewise with consumers. And so how do we do that? We actually create the nonprofit as a marketing partner. And using events, primarily events, but those events can be virtual, they can be campaigns, different types of promotional campaigns. And we have a unique model. We're using the nonprofit cause as a marketing partner. You can actually drive up revenues. I should say that's the byproduct. You create funds. You brand the leaders as visionaries who get today's marketing model. They get it. They know that we are in flux. They know we are in transition, and they want to be out in the forefront, leading by integrity. And integrity is smart. Yes, it's from the heart, but it's also smart because consumers know it. They know sincerity. And you can create funds, promote a cause, get community involvement, get consumer involvement, and, oh, by the way, you drive up your revenues for your product or service. And we have a special model that does that.
You are so in alignment with what I've been teaching and promoting, the whole 3 pillars of profit, passion, and purpose. You have to have that profit in your passion and your purpose. It's something that really needs to be made as the model for every entrepreneur and nonprofit. Nonprofits are a little bit slower to coming into understanding and embracing that. Entrepreneurs, because they come from the profit viewpoint, seem to really understand it and grasp it a little bit faster.
You're so right.
I'm so glad you're talking about this, because this
is Victoria,
important topic.
Yeah, and it's a great place to interject something that I just love emphasizing, is we need to change our language. We need to change our language the way we think about value and profit.
Oh, you need
because
to be.
we
I
call
better today. Oh,
you're kidding. Okay, we got to tell everybody. I have not read this newsletter. Okay.
Oh my God, I talked about a tip. It was getting okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. Keep talking. Oh.
No, because this is what these shows are all about. They're really living testimonies of just when people have the same value system that we are not even breaking the wave. As I say, we are riding the wave of something that people with a lot more power than we have already created. Conscientious capitalism, cooperative capitalism. There's really business with a conscience.
Yes.
But I want to say this because it's when I saw this, it was mind-blowing. We have 2 words. We say for-profit companies and not-for-profit. So here's the amazing thing. Some of nonprofits are really getting smart today, and they are running numbers on what their services save taxpayers. And for-profit companies can actually be extremely expensive to taxpayers if they are, for instance, fast food that drives up child diabetes and child obesity. This costs taxpayers money. So let's get our terms straight. Nonprofit means one thing. It means not profitable to the IRS. It simply means they don't pay taxes.
Right.
So a nonprofit is not profitable to an IRS. They're very profitable to taxpayers. They're profitable to us. And value-driven business.
I never really thought about that at all.
It's true. We have to change the language.
I'd say just because your title is nonprofit doesn't mean you don't make a profit. You can't do services in your programming if you don't make a profit. So getting to this next question, why do you say that commerce meets cause will be the only surviving business model in the coming century? I think we sort of touched on this, but how do you see this happening?
Well, we really did. Sincerity and integrity, it's come full circle with all the blah, 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 yada, yada, yada out there. Only integrity is going to sell. And that means integrity, not fake integrity. Like, I'm really got a lot of integrity. People know there's just too much information, and people are on top of this. And so the reason commerce meets cause, and this means what I call them so-called nonprofits, they've got to get on the ball here and realize what they bring to a for-profit, commercial-driven enterprise. They are today's marketing solution, because consumers and consumerism is built around community, and nonprofits create that, and particularly using the Smart Cause International, our Smart Cause model, which creates events. You build community. Community builds hearsay. Community
social
expands.
Capital. Yep,
Yeah.
You're building that social capital. Absolutely.
Social capital. I love this. Can I steal it?
Oh, well, that's
share
a known term. Social capital. It actually came out in 2001. Robert Putnam wrote a book called Bowling Alone, and he did a measurement and research on the social capital in the United States, measuring how much engagement in social capital was across the country. Well, we are on a roll here, but as with most shows happen, we have to take a commercial break right now. So we will be back in just a few moments.
Hey, are you a small business owner like me who wants to make a charitable contribution and needs easy access to charitable giving sources that you can automate for your business for free? Then I invite you to visit www.credit-cares.com. They have charitable giving options using their innovative merchant platform that helps nonprofits raise money and helps merchants make contributions at no additional cost to them using the products and services of Electronic Commerce International. Our giving options are easy to set up for small business. So if you have a business entity, we can donate in your business name. Go to www.credit-cares.com and see how you can make a difference every day by doing what you already do. Go to www.credit-cares.com and fill out the form or call 855-782-2737 for more information on how your business can be a difference maker in your community.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I was loving I was just kind of sitting back listening to you two, because it was so cool how much just how congruent, how in alignment you are. I mean, I knew that when I met both of you, but it's just really kind of fun to hear you bounce off each other and play to each other's strengths, which is really wonderful. And one of the things Susan said that I thought was interesting is that being a philantrepreneur is not for the lighthearted. So, basically, regardless of which side of the equation you're working from, profit or nonprofit, if you can do something else and be truly happy, do that. Now, can you explain that, Susan?
Well, it's pretty much that. It's hard. I think it's hard because nobody is telling you what to do when you get up in the morning. You don't go to a certain place, and from 9 to 5 or 9 to 7, work is generated for you. Everybody has this idea like, wow, I would get to work for myself. As I say, when you work for yourself, the good news is you don't have to go someplace, and the bad news is you never come home, you sleep it, you live it. It wakes you up in the night.
Absolutely.
And somebody I know said it was like having a newborn baby. It's feedings every 2 hours. So you really, if you can do something else, you shouldn't be doing this. It's really about commitment to your essence that includes community, commerce, and cause.
Absolutely.
Wow, very, very interesting take on that. Victoria, did you have anything else you'd like to ask Susan?
Well, Susan, I'm sure there's some takeaways. What points would you like our listeners to remember from today's show?
Well, let's see. What I would say this. One thing I've really had to carve out for myself is there's an irony involved with being a philantrepreneur, and that is that you have to have a dream. You have to have a vision, and it's vision that is going to propel everything. And yet big dreams have nothing to do with daydreams. We got to get out of our heads where we have these beautiful ideas and everything is perfect, and into the very messy business of making change happen. We think we're living in our hearts, but we're not. When it's heart-driven, it's action-driven. When it's head-driven, it's idealistic. We just have all these big ideas. And making a difference may sound great. Again, it's a buzzword. It's a marketing buzzword of today. But real change lives in the details of execution. And, I mean, who likes that, you know? I don't. So I think what I really say is you've got to create an action plan every day, and then you've got to get used to the fact that you are not going to accomplish everything you want to every day. I just am so hard on myself. I make my list, and all I see is what I haven't done. And you have to get used to seeing what you have done. The next rolls over to day 2 or day 3, and you get intimate with doing something is good enough. Doing something is good enough. And good enough and doing something, you make those your best friends instead of doing everything, which you can't do, so then you end up doing nothing.
Right.
And I think another thing, if we've got another minute, I think another thing is we've got to be with people who support our vision and who live by this code of creating and actualizing possibility.
I'm so excited to have you as my tribe now. Ooh.
I know. I'm in. Thank you for adopting me. And
it is hard when we're entrepreneurs because a lot of us are, we can be a little bit isolated, even if we're running a business and it's in a separate place and we have an office. For a lot of times it's kind of like, okay, I really feel this need to be around this energy. Where can I go out and be around it? And I guess what we can do, we can just pick up the phone.
That's right.
It's true, Heidi. And I think sometimes it means making hard decisions because we want the people we already know, our friends, our family, the ones we love and we've been with for years. We want them to be the ones who come along. Mm-hmm. We want them to be the ones who support us. And that isn't always the case. So it's exactly what you're talking about. Find your tribe and build your brand and then celebrate these extraordinary times we live in because we are not alone. This is a tidal wave.
Right.
Absolutely.
I heard recently, it's not about who you hang out or call your friends. It's about they can remain your friends, but if they don't share your vision, don't chalk it up to them not loving you. It's just they just don't share your vision, and find those that do.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely crucial that you find your the circumstance of who you are, understand it, and then find others with the same philosophy, beliefs, how they want to move forward. Susan, this has been really, really extraordinary. I want to really thank you for being on the show today. You've brought so much synchronicity with me, energy to the show, and my goodness, I'm now excited and know that what I'm doing, the path I'm on, is truly understood and shared by someone else out there. And I hope we have a chance more to talk in the future because I love
we
your
will
work.
Because I want to really support you both with vision branding because this vision branding model that we have at Smart Women International is about putting people like you, visionaries, on the map for what you stand for and letting vision and these ideals that are really practical and smart, let them lead and transform today's marketplace. So I'm so excited.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited too. I mean, I'm so blessed that that my husband has happened to meet your assistant and happened to lead me to you, and I just really look forward to our ongoing friendship and business collaboration and anything that we can bring to each other through whether it's through Credit Cares or Smart Women International or Victoria's Galaxy Group. I think we've got a lot of wonderful things we can accomplish together.
That's great. Well, I'm going to be using the word philantrepreneur and talking up your radio show every place I go. So that'll start right there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the time for our Philantrepreneur Show Tip of the Day. Each show, we will offer a tidbit of advice to help you build win-win partnerships. And it's amazing. In alignment with today's topic and our wonderful guest, Susan Dane Setin, comments on the new model, how cause marketing is basically extinct. It is important when building a relationship to learn how to communicate, leave the me and go into a we mindset. Find the common ground in marketing language and communicate in terms of building each other's market value. What benefits can you offer versus what can you do for me? Think of the concept, if I build it, they will come. Many nonprofits still believe that their cause is so powerful it will just naturally attract a following. In this day and age, with so much going on, you have to become that red dot in a sea of white noise. Only through a concerted marketing effort will that happen. The The Philantrepreneur.com and the Galaxy Group, LV.com, are two key resources supporting small business and nonprofit needs. The Galaxy Group, grounded in everything nonprofit, offers first consulting in all areas of organizational development and growth, such as support in leadership, management, and fund development. Second, the Nuts and Bolts nonprofit training series, offered live the third Tuesday of each month in Las Vegas, helps individuals build their nonprofit knowledge and professional skill set. The Galaxy Group strives to build strong foundation and enduring success by building capacity internally and externally. Find information and details at thegalaxygroupLV.com. Heidi and I are also excited to bring you the Philantrepreneur Show. However, did you know that there are additional Philantrepreneur resources and opportunities? The Philantrepreneur Magazine, a quarterly digital publication, will be the hub and resource for everything Philantrepreneur. The preview October edition is available right now. The premier launch is January 24th. 14. Get your company and organization included. Market your brand and let people find you. Jam-packed with information, tips, and resources, it will be the gateway to find everything you need and reach the clients you want. And as a digital format, you can use it as your own marketing tool. Send it, post it, share it, exponentially increasing your reach to a national level. And now a premier special radio show discount. Get your ad, just mention the Philantrepreneur radio show, and all listed ad prices on the website are 50% off for a limited time. You must contact us directly and mention our show. Again, thephilantrepreneur.com, the hub for resources, information, and details of any of our services.
Well, thanks again for joining us for the Philantrepreneur Show, and make sure to tune in on Wednesday, October 16th, when we welcome Sir Chef Bruno Serrato. Chef Bruno is the owner of award-winning restaurant Anaheim White House, but more importantly and dear to my heart is he's the founder of life-changing charity Katerina's Club, which is named after his mother. It's really a wonderful story. Over the past 8 years, Bruno has served over 500,000 meals to hungry children in Anaheim who otherwise would not have eaten anything for dinner. So he's just warm, wonderful. He's been knighted in Italy for his great work, and I'm just so excited to have him on. And also,
I actually went on his website and saw he has so many great pictures of him sitting on horses and that whole knighting ceremony. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and he posts pictures of his food on Facebook. If you follow him on Facebook, he will make you so hungry. And it's beautiful food, and he's just a beautiful spirit that goes with it, and just, really just super excited about that. And once again, if you are interested in making a contribution to a nonprofit using your credit card processing or any other services that we offer at Electronic Commerce, please go to creditcares.com. And then you can also find all of our upcoming guests listed on our events calendar at thephilantrepreneur.com.
Well, Heidi, we've done it again. We had another great show. Susan, again, I want to thank you for being our guest.
It's been so much fun. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me.
All right.
Until a couple of weeks from now,
take
care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Philantrepreneur Radio Show, hosted by Dr. Victoria Boyd. Get involved. Follow us on Facebook and other social media outlets. If you wish to share comments or suggestions or appear as a guest on our show, visit www.thephilantrepreneur.com. Contact Victoria Boyd. Email her at theboyd@thephilantrepreneur.com. The Philantrepreneur Radio Show is a production of and sponsored by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, a 501c3 tax-deductible organization.